Congrats, Hera. Well played.
Thank you so much.
Congrats,
Congrats,
GG is-
Viper as well for amazing finals.
Congrats, DauT, for quarterfinals.
Thank you. Wait, we'll start recording.
Soon. I saw something very funny. So DauT was streaming today, and of course I was watching the stream, and somebody asked him, who are you going to trash talk during the post-match talk that we're going to record today? And he said, man, it's going to be hard because Viper's probably going to lose, but I can't trash talk Viper because I lost 4-0 to him, so who am I going to trash talk?
Welcome, TaToH!
He will find a way.
Nice third place matchup.
But
it was close.
It was close.
Could have gone either way.
Yeah. All right, I'm sure we're going to get to that. Oh, that's much better, Viper, by the way.
There you go. You have to install an update.
All right, I'm just going to record a quick introduction here. All right, hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Masmorra, and it has just been a few minutes since Hera has won his 7th S-tier 1v1 tournament in a row after defeating TheViper in the final 5-3. But this final was different. And for the better half of it, it did feel like things could have gone a little bit different, and it could have gone either way. And to break it all down to you, as always, we've decided to get together as a team to hear everyone's thoughts on the final and more. If you happen to enjoy the conversation and would like to support us, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hera, I don't even know how to start these things anymore, my friend. It's the 7th S-tier tournament for you. I believe the 11th final in a row, and you just did it again. How did you do it?
Well, I don't know. The final was really nice, actually. The whole tournament was really fun to play.
Dude, I agree. One of the best tournaments, I'll say. Probably the best tournament of the year for me.
Yeah, quality of games wise, I think there was some questions about the single elimination, but like every set delivered, and yeah, I think it was a very solid tournament.
Very solid tournament indeed. I remember you telling me something. I don't remember when this was. It was after a final against Slayery, I think. And you said that a big part of the final is like the mind games in terms of the drafting and stuff like that. That plays like a huge role for you. Did you feel like you had to play these games against Viper as well in this final? Or is it more like you're just going to pick the civs that are better for you and you don't really care too much what civs you're going to give Viper?
There's always mind games in the draft, like in how you pick stuff. So there was definitely some, but I just picked what I like to play and had some predictions. Not a lot of my predictions were right this time around. So Viper came in with some spice. But yeah, it was a few mind games. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. It ended up being a pretty close draft, I would say.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to know some of the mind games that you played. Can you reveal just one of them?
So basically, I knew that since he banned Turks on Arena, and there's Bohemians, Bengalis, and Burgundians left, that I can play any of those matchups from any position. So I left my Arena Civ to the end, for example.
All right. Were you cut off guard by that, Viper?
Oh, I kind of did the same, right? I also waited with my Arena pick until a bit later. Well, it's just how it is.
All right. In any case, I also want to talk about you, Viper, of course. A lot of people had the feeling that since the beginning of the tournament, this was a different Viper that was playing. You felt more confident. You were destroying everybody. One of them is included here in the call. And
I don't need to see this joy. You should like you had a good run. That's good enough. Why do like that?
I'm sorry, DauT. In any case, did it feel different to you as well?
Yeah, I felt like I was playing better than I have in a while. Like NEC and Hidden Cup was a bit disappointing. So yeah, I felt like this tournament I played pretty solid overall. So I leave with a good feeling.
I was also curious, Hera, because you said yesterday you were feeling shaky in the semifinals. You're feeling a little bit more nervous than usual. Was that the case with this one as well?
I was misclicking a lot. No, finals I was good. I was completely fine. But what I had to do is I had to change my DPI. I dropped my DPI by 50 just to play a little bit more relaxed, a little bit slower. Just against TaToH, I was misclicking everywhere. Like I just couldn't play. I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this time I was a little bit better. By the way, I just checked it. I think this was the first time you actually lost 3 games this year. That means the last time you lost 3 games was actually against TaToH in the Warlords final and the Warlords 2 final. That's a pretty just goes to show what a close game this actually was. So TaToH, DauT, did you actually got to see the final as well?
Yes. I have a question for Viper. Where is your GL teaser? Are the only professionals here?
Well, I saw that Hera started streaming. I didn't expect DauT to show up, so I just already switched out.
Oh, I will show up for this, don't you worry. You're losing, I'm there. Like, don't you worry about that.
Even after these Warlords, huh?
Doesn't matter. Like, I put the alarm clock with like a settings in case Viper lose, turn on. I'm here.
What a nice alarm. In a case, DauT, tell me your thoughts about the final. We get to your run in a moment, but the thoughts about the final.
Well, I did say Viper is playing really solid, and if Viper brings his A game, he's able to compete with Hera, right? And that's it. I was wrong. He was not able to compete. No, yeah, finals were very close, obviously. Could have gone to the last game, I believe. Especially the last game was way closer than Viper thought. Probably even Hera. Score was way ahead for Hera, but game was really close. Feels
No,
like
it
the whole
wasn't.
final.
Six relic maggers. 6 relic maggers not close.
Thing. Well, I'm moving to the caster direction after losing this. You need to hype it up. Like,
you say that every tournament, man.
That's good. I need more time as a player. As later it gets, it's better. So it was super close. Either way, there we go here. Edit it out. And Viper just took some bad strategical decisions with like crap post, and then in the end it turns the tides up to the Hera, but could have gone to the last game easily.
All right. Well, what an interesting take. What about you, TaToH? How did you feel about the whole series in general?
Well, I didn't catch the arena game, but the rest, at least the first 4 games, I felt like the Viper was playing like the peak Viper. And then I saw the Arabia, and it was completely disaster. And I was, what is going on? I guess, like, it happens because we are getting old, and we can tell that we get tired earlier on the series.
Ooh,
and
okay.
The performance, I think the performance decreases as the best of are bigger as well. So I would
Did
say
you feel
that Viper, yeah. Well, like really, my best of 7, no, but probably the games were not that demanding as probably they play like the first 4 games here in the finals, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel that, Viper, as the series dragged on, did you feel like your energy was leaving your soul?
No, I felt stamina felt kind of okay, but like it was getting a little bit late in Europe time, right? And unfortunately, as I'm about to be a dad, my sleep schedule is getting good, so I don't have the late hours. But no, I felt like I played solid throughout. I always get a bit tired after a couple of games when there's demanding games, so it happens. But I don't know how much it has to do with us getting old, TaToH. I'm not sure about that.
I'm pretty sure Hera could play another 10 games. I'm pretty sure.
MPL will be on the ladder already. Like,
True.
And he will be on the ladder when he's 55 as well. Like, tournament is over, well, what else to do? Like, queue up.
That's kind of crazy, actually. Did you do anything to change, Viper, your approach? What's your explanation for why did you perform so well in this tournament?
I don't know. I didn't really do anything different. Maybe just had a bit better mindset entering the games and played a bit more relaxed.
All right.
Especially the quarterfinals against DauT was nice.
I'm afraid you're going to be listening to this for a long time.
I was tired as well. The sleep schedule and the Europe time zone was off, and the series dragged out. So the longer it went, I played weaker.
Wasn't it a very quick one, DauT?
Yes, that's why I had to go to sleep, right? It's like, if I'm going to lose, at least I lose with style. I will not drag it to the midnight. I calculate things.
This guy.
Perfect. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the game. So game 1, we have Migrations, Italians versus Dravidians. That was a victory for Viper. For me, it's always so hard to tell what's happening in a migration game. From a viewer's perspective, that feels like such a technical map and so hard to like keep control of everything else. What happened exactly there, Hera, from your perspective?
From my perspective, I think I focused on the wrong things. Like I was focusing on like water early, but Viper did the nice thing of just defending water and focusing on land. And I also learned a lot that game because Viper went for, instead of like playing for the middle island, like it's always easier to defend middle island, he just landed my main island, and there's so much eco there. Like you cannot lose that. I think that's just a meta from now on, honestly. You just hold middle, go for the main island. That just feels like it's just so hard to defend. Like it's almost impossible to defend it, actually.
Is that how we saw it, Viper?
Yeah, a little bit as well. I mean, I think I did the same in either Warlords 1 or Warlords 2, where I used to pick Bengalis on on migration, and I would land with monks and such, and it was always like such a mess and so hard to deal with. So yeah, I mean, but you need to kind of have middle control to be able to do that, right? To be able to make docks on the other side and transport ship and such. Yeah, I think Dravadians are just better than the Italians, and yeah, Hera maybe overcommitted a bit on water compared to what he needed to. And he was able to snipe a little bit of fish, but like I think I got such a good position in the middle that it was going to be hard for me to lose that position.
What's your goal during a game such as migration, during a map as migration? And what are your next thoughts? What are you thinking? What's going to be my next step? It's so hard for me to understand. Of course, the beginning it's pretty clear, but once you land to the middle idle, what's your thought? What do you think should be the goal, Viper? Or let's go with DauT.
Oof, I did not play that game. I had no goals there.
Yeah, I would just like to hear how you think strategically. I think you have some. So
he doesn't think strategically. That's why you go forward.
I think migration is actually the easiest map. Like,
okay,
with the meta how it is right now, all the steps are predictable. Okay, now maybe Viper break the meta a little bit with landing the main island, but at the same time he had a civil lead, he had like the timing and momentum because of that. If it was like other way around, he wouldn't be able to have the timing to just like do whatever he wants. So team matters a lot. And in the end, the meta is clean, right? A limited aggression on the water, mostly defend, position your own middle, get bomber cannon save, and micro. And micro. Lots of micro.
Interesting. Game 2, that was Alpine. I saw you say Alpine.
I don't know how to pronounce it, man.
Alpine, that's what I would have thought.
I always say Alpine.
Romans against Armenians. A lot of people were puzzled by the Armenians' choice, Viper. Both today and yesterday, too.
After discussing with DauT, where he says, don't worry, Armenia's eco will carry. What to do?
You're welcome, Hera.
No.
It will carry, but Hera not you. Like.
Oh, that's what. No. I'm joking. I don't know. In my head, it feels like Armenians should do good there. I actually haven't played one training game with them on that map, so it's probably a bit stupid to try it. But like on paper, it sounds like okay. You have the mule cart, right? All the woodlines are on the hill, like small trees. So you just move along with the trees. There's a bunch of deer spread out. On paper, it sounds like it's supposed to be good.
You actually played one game practice on that.
Yeah,
against me, and you lost against me, and yet you used it.
It was a warm-up.
I was like, why did you use this?
I don't know. In my head, it sounded good. You were Malians. Malians is OP, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you're OP as well. So.
And Khmer are like not as good. Was Hera Khmer? No.
He was Romans.
Romans, yeah.
Even
better.
All right, TaToH, do you see the Armenians? Do you see the potential of the Armenians in a map like that?
Yes, I think they are decent, but obviously the Romans, in my opinion, are better. And ideally, like the plan was different, no?
Well, it was also there were multiple plans actually. Like one was like long swords and towers. One was fast cast little warrior priests. There was a lot of plans with Armenians there. I think maybe we locked ourselves too much in on Armenian shenanigans. But obviously, like that map, I think Hera is favored on that map anyway. So I had to try something.
But you got such a good start though, like with the lane.
Yeah, with the lane music, that went well. Yeah, but I did my build bad. I had like 5 wheels on wood at the start, so my feudalage time was late. It was not fair.
There's no way you can do a perfect build with that start. Like the start was so hard, honestly. We were in like 3 different spots. It's crazy.
Yeah,
you lost a veil too at some point, right? If I remember correctly.
I did.
You did. You didn't even know this.
You lost where?
Pretty sure you lost the bill. I think you were luring a boar and you forgot about it.
Maybe.
Like
maybe a tough one. It was a lot going on.
Hera, interesting, because T90 didn't mention the longsword switch at some point in Feudal Age. Do you see that working?
Not how the game went. No, because I forced too many spears already, and I had a really big mass of skirms. Longswords would just take forever to come out. I feel like if I just get to 2-3 knights, it could be just too strong. Monks would defend it as well. I think Viper would need to be attacking me the whole game for him to go longswords. If he's defending, I just see it right away and then react perfectly, and it's nothing you can do.
Yeah, but it's also in feudal, not in casualist.
Yeah, I know. But like, when's he gonna make it? Like, as soon as he makes it, I'll just know how to react. Like, if I have to be in feudal, I just go like, I don't know, probably mass skirms and just get like, I don't know, 60 skirms and just one shot them anyway. for example,
freaking excuse, the ROP, man.
We tried longswords. It felt bad, so I don't think it's something that it sounds good on paper, but I don't think it's gonna work.
Okay, I see a lot of options that you've considered, and none of them have worked. And still, you go for the Civ, so it sounds a little bit weird. Well, there you go. That's how it goes
It
sometimes.
sounded good on paper.
It sounded good on paper. All right. Game 3, there was Nomad Persians versus Portuguese. Is Viper wins that game? Is it just a Civ win for the Portuguese here?
I think with the thesis spawn where I could castle drop his face, I could just play passive water and castle drop his face. So it's hard for Persians then.
I lost the game as soon as I dropped my TC. Should have been in the corner.
Yeah,
GG.
that's
I
Nomad.
should have just resigned. That was so dumb. I realized later how dumb it was.
Why is it such a big deal? Is it because it can be attacked from everywhere, or what exactly? Why exactly is it so bad to have the TC in the middle of the map?
Because you eat the castle in your face. If you just castle at home and defending, that's fine. But if I eat the first one, like then I just one side goes here and one side goes there. My base is split, and it's just GG. He's down the center. It's nothing I could do. It was like impossible game on my side.
In any case, let's assume the TC spots are good. Do you see the Portuguese as a favorite here, TaToH?
Yes, I think Persians are not that great on 9 billions start. Nomad.
In general, or in
No,
Nomad?
Nomad, because I think the ships that are there mostly counter them.
Kind of true, yeah.
DauT?
Well, power of Persians is that extra wood, right? With 3 villagers, you get vision ship fast. Now with 9 villagers, I get that vision ship almost same time as you, right? So that's why we see Koreans and like Vietnamese and other, let's say, weaker cities on 3 villager now doing just fine. It's more about unique unit than anything right now.
Well, that's interesting. Is there a way to stop the organ guns once there's enough of them?
No,
I think it's really hard.
You need like redemption monks or like some unique units. You need something special. Like knights don't do anything. Crossbows barely do anything. They're a strong unit.
I mean, the go-to counter is mangonels, right? But even them, it's like if the opponent splits nicely, then you only hit 1 and 2 organs at a time, and the Portuguese guy, can always do like redemption monks as well. It's really tough.
You don't get redemption as Persians, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No.
Yeah, so the guy's exponentially hard. All right, then we have game 4 that was Spiral, Berbers versus Gujaras. Hera takes that game, and that was a pretty crazy game. What happened in that game from your guys' perspectives? Let's go with Hera first.
From my perspective, I thought it's so usually Gujaras are like kind of weak to camel civs and castle age, like good camel civs, because they only get +1 damage with the camel. So like generally speaking, it's like decent. So castle age went smoothly, but going into imp when he gets both upgrades, that's when it gets really hard. I don't know if I should have switched to camel archers earlier. Didn't want to like throw going camel archers, but maybe it would have been good. But from my perspective, because I just stayed in camel, I had to make sure he ran out of gold. Once he's out of gold, then pikes can do something. So that was my game plan, and it was really close. Like if I lost a couple fights and got snowballed, I would have lost on the spot.
Wait, but doesn't Gujara Camel actually beat Berber Camel in Castle Age because of the bonus damage?
Yeah, 1-on-1, but mine are cheaper.
All right, so you just think you can always have the mass.
Yeah.
All right, Viper?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I knew he was going to play Berbers there, so I was thinking, okay, I'll just try to pick Gujaras. On paper, it sounds like they could counter them with full camels. I think I misplayed some castles in Imperial Age to not fight for golds, right? I kind of gave up the middle by not having any castles or any static defense there. And then he got the golds on his side as well. So, and he did trade well enough while he was taking gold in the middle. So yeah, it was just a matter of time for me to run out of gold. I did have 4 relics though, so I was thinking, okay, if I manage to get some gold, I can maybe hold until he's out of gold. But yeah, in the end, he was just trading too efficiently. Those Berber camels, I'm not sure how cheap they are. What's the percentage?
20% food gold, and you have 25% food.
Yeah. So
unique tech, yeah.
The gold is still going to be more important there. So in hindsight, maybe I should have approached it a little bit different. But there's not too many other options with Gujaras.
One question that I do have, you started pressuring the castle in the north, where there wasn't like a whole lot of economy from Hera's side, but there was a castle in the middle while Hera was taking his whole gold. Wouldn't it have been better to push that castle in the middle?
Well, it was taking gold on the left as well, and I wanted to try and get that gold, right? But
Okay.
Obviously, in hindsight, maybe I should have tried to push the middle and drop my own castle on the hill and push from the hill in the middle. Because if I get on that gold, maybe I can do okay. But I think in the end, it feels like Berbers would trade better long term as long as the gold is somewhat even. But yeah, obviously could have tried that rather than pushing the top castle.
Mm-hmm. One question I do have about that map, so that was Spiral, and a question to you, TaToH, reminds me of a game that you guys played yesterday, Hera and TaToH, where Hera goes for the Kuman 2TC boom in that map. It felt pretty much unstoppable. Is there a way to stop it in that map, in particular,
Probably the only way I see is like going fast castle full open and go 3 DCs. But I guess Kimas is still better.
What about you, DauT? Do you see a way to stop it?
Well, Hera did play smart there, right? Usually it was human second TC on the berries, right? To secure berries and hunt, and Hera just secure his villages. And that means the pressure will not work. Only, like TaToH said, naked, fast castling, trying to compete with economy. But even then, like, on that map, Cuman's Imperial Age is insane. It's such an open map, they have Lancers, even Paladins move faster. Yeah, the Cuman's Imperial Age on that map is maybe one of the best.
This is obviously a very low elo strategy, but whenever I'm playing against the Kuman TC, second TC boom in Feudal Age, what I do is I go naked FC and I just drop a castle forward, and I feel like I have enough pressure for that moment forward, and it usually wins me the games. You're laughing.
Now we know. Now we know for the next time.
That tells you it's not a good strategy. In this map, that obviously does not work because this distance is just too far, right? So you're never going to have your villages in time to put pressure. But why is that a bad strategy? I wonder, Hera.
I'm also on scouts, right? If that had walked forward across the
no, Hera, you don't speak the language of the 1600, my friend. Nobody does scouts in the R2TC boom in Feudal Age. All right, you could just walk in freely. Again, in that map, I don't think it works. But in general, do you see that as a bad option?
You have to be close.
There is no good option.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, regardless what you do to pressure Cumans, you're putting yourself at a risk. The Cuman player has, especially if you go scouts, like going scouts is what makes the strat good, because then I see what TaToH does and I just react. He tried to get to like Camel Archer, so I just had like the massive eco lead, and the game was just completely over basically by then.
I was shocked to see that TaToH didn't ban Cumans or pick them ASAP in the draft. That's the way to counter them, right? You ban them. So that was weird.
I was pretty sure that he will ban them, and I didn't even check his bans.
I actually did that on purpose. I banned them the first 2 rounds and then left them versus TaToH because I know he likes them.
Wait, what if TaToH picked them then?
I was okay with it. Like I had I don't know, like just some push civ, maybe poles or something as well can match their ecos. I just do something like that and hope for the best. Maybe a camel civ.
All right, so game 5, that was Arena, Burgundians versus Bohemians. Hera wins that game, and it does feel like you have a pretty good momentum in that game, Viper, but at one point, Hera just shoots down 3 of your BVCs, and it does feel like at that moment, everything shifts. He gains the momentum, everything is in his side. Was that for you as well as a pivotal moment in the series?
Obviously, losing 3 bomber cannons is never good. It's 1,500 resources down the drain.
Yeah, no math on stream, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, Arena I felt like was the turning point that I needed to win there, because I think I was in a really good spot. But I think I messed up my upgrade priority order quite heavily. I never got the last armor and halbs, so they got wrecked by all the skirms. I didn't micro my bomber cannons or halbs very well either, and I got a bit too eager to try and push. I could have just calmed down a little bit and build up a bit army, add some hand carriers behind, get siege engineers so my bomber cannons have more range, and take it a bit slower, because I mean, like in Imperial Age, Bohemian's composition is quite hard to deal with. So I think I just tried to force the issue too fast there, and then Hera obviously dealt with it in a perfect way.
From your perspective, Hera, was it all about the micro? You knew you had to win those early fights in order to keep the numbers down?
Yeah, against Bohemians, you want the most amount of action possible. So, as you see, he basically wanted to slow it down in hindsight. And if he slowed it down, I would just try to do something to force him to fight early. Because if he gets the siege engineers, boom, that's an advantage. Hoofnitz is an advantage. And he even has the unique tech for speed. So he has 3 advantages over me in late game. So all I have is the tempo and forcing engagements, and maybe the cavalry, but cavalry kind of does nothing versus Bohemian Hub. So I just have the tempo and relics behind it, basically.
He did have things engineers, by the way, during those fights.
I did it late, right? I should have just calmed down and done it. I also didn't do the gunpowder speed until it was too late.
What's
that's
the
what I'm
name
saying.
again? Wagenberg tactics, something like that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. My upgrade priority order was wrong. I should have just slowed it down and gotten all the upgrades I need to try and fight from there. So
interesting. Yeah, we all kind of felt watching the stream that that's a pivotal moment for you. You lose that fight, you were ahead, and kind of sort of from a mental perspective, that might have felt really, really rough for you. Game 6, then, it's Arabia. Mayans against Aztecs, a classic of Age of Empires 2. I was so happy to see it, and then it didn't quite turn out the way I was used to see it back in the old days. Is Aztecs just a horrible civ these days, DauT?
Aztecs will never be horrible.
All right.
That's don't even say stuff like that. I mean, they still got the creation speed. They have market.
By the way, this quote
Like
is from
any
Hera.
other team.
By the way, just in my defense. But go ahead.
Mayans are historically the best Meso team until Incas got buffed to the damn hell now. But Mayans with plumed archers were always like countering other Meso teams. Obviously, Asses get their chances with early aggression, faster production. You get eagle faster, skirms, so the cheap archers from Mayans will not interfere that much. Well, on the 9 villager start, it's maybe different because you don't need Loom, right, Hera? You can even click up without Loom. And also, Viper didn't know about Slavs. If he only knew about the Slavs.
I was thinking Slavs. I was thinking about picking them to try and counter Mayans.
It doesn't counter.
It doesn't counter Mayans.
We practiced like 5 games Arabia. I was like, Slavs counter Mayans. He was like, no way.
No, it does. It does.
I won them all.
No, you did not.
But that's a DauT thing, you know.
You won them all. No, you lost.
I won them all. No. You almost won one. You almost
won one. Is in his head, okay?
One I won in my head and one I won actually.
No. I swear to God, you lost all of them.
No.
I feel like DauT would remember.
No. I remember. I won one game, 100%. You went faster, Imp. You went faster.
Yes.
I clean you up with a full Castle Ignite.
No.
And then I lost to Imp, yes.
Yeah, you lost.
Maybe it is in my head. No, I won one.
No, you did. You lost 3. You lost 3. It was really sad.
That makes me sad that I think I won. Like I like my universe better.
No, but I think Slavs have been used against Mayans before, and it has success. I think there's potential there.
9 start is different. Mines are usually good, but not broken. And 9 start, they're broken. I'm literally up 2 vills. Like that game, honestly, optimal play is resigning from Dark Age. Like you get Loom, as soon as you got Loom, just resign. It's over. I skip Loom. I'm up 2 vills. It's so free. Like mines are absolutely broken. I think they have 0 counter on Arabia. Like you have to be like Chinese or something like that. Yeah, it's really, really strong. Like it skews the matchup. Last thing I'll say, it just skews the matchup. Normally it's somewhat closer. Now in 9 star, it's just ridiculous.
Only Slavs can do it.
and even they can't.
TaToH, how do you see it?
No, I see Mayans are better than Aztecs for sure.
But Slavs, we don't care about the tournament anymore. Slavs or Mayans?
I mean, I would prefer Slavs because I suck with Meso. But, yeah. But Mayans, like if you play Mayans proper, probably is better than Slavs, I would say. And 9 million.
When you're uploading this video, I'm gonna cast this game after. This game will be part of the video. How to counter Mayans with Slavs.
Well, it's a guide for a YouTube channel, DauT. We need more guides from you, my friend. This is
need
what
a backup story as well. Need to connect those 2 stories.
That's very true. That's very true. But what happened in that game, Viper, from your perspective?
It was just full disaster. I mean, I almost denied. Almost killed the villager that was building the range, right? But melee units sometimes act weird these days. I thought I should have gotten the kill, but I think you got Loom. Did you get Loom right before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what he said. But I did a bad job blocking the vill as well. No, and his pressure came in faster than I was anticipating, so it was just fall down from there. Missed micro a lot, and he obviously microed well, so I was pretty dead very fast.
Mm-hmm. TaToH, where do you see the Aztecs? I would like to hear that from you.
I think they are okay. No, that's
okay. Good talk.
There you go. You heard it here first.
No, what I mean is like they used to be like broken. Now they are fine.
Mm-hmm.
I would say they are not terrible for sure.
All right. Game 7. It's Haboob Saracens versus Chinese. And I was talking with TaToH before that game, and TaToH was telling me that Hera's probably going to be happy that Viper is picking the Chinese here, because then he's not going to be picking it for the land madness game. And again, I find it so fascinating how the layers that you guys see this game, the amount of layers that it could go deeper and deeper. Is it just a matter of Chinese being too strong in this 9 villager start with the 200 resources?
That will answer yes. Yes, next question.
It's is it worth it changing? Is it worth it doing it like NAC has done, where they start with like, I don't know, minus something, or at least reduce something?
No. That's not what NAC did. NAC starts you with minus 100 food in general. Like every civ starts with minus 100 food, so Chinese start is nerfed. that would change the tournament completely. Like Warlord settings are just strictly different.
No, yeah, I'm aware, but just
Yeah.
doing something about the start. Would it be a way to change things for the Chinese for a future tournament?
I think that's why there is a lot of bans, right? Chinese should be banned all the time, in my opinion.
But it's also bad that there is a save that is just out of ban because it's too strong, right? Shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, the thing
I-
here is like Hera is ahead for 2, and you both have Chinese.
Yeah.
So he's fine to not play Chinese when you play it because it's like free win.
Yeah.
It's really
was-
hard to beat Chinese when you are playing against super top, right?
Yeah, obviously I needed to win games, but like I was also thinking, okay, maybe he thinks I'm going in Franks here, in which case he might just try to play Chinese himself to like secure the last win, right? So that was risky no matter what. Obviously, the safe play is to wait for Land Madness, but yeah, no, it was like I felt like I almost lost the Saracens, like against Saracens as well. I was feeling a bit fatigued there, but Hera's a bit hard to kill sometimes, so it's a bit annoying. But yeah, Chinese are just too strong, right? They are, yeah.
And that's basically the story of that map, I assume, right? So
Yeah.
then we move on to game 8. That was Sacred Springs, Magyars versus Bulgarians. TaToH was saying that Magyars was the stronger civ of the two. We were talking a little bit in the behind the scenes. Is that how you felt about it too, Viper?
I mean, Magra is always good, right? But I wanted to try and like force the issue a little bit with Men at Arms opening. I didn't really do a good job with my Men at Arms, though. I could have probably gotten more value if I microed a bit better or didn't force the issue. Because I already got him off the shortfish. That alone probably is enough damage. And then I could probably just take it easy from there, adapt a little bit, and play it from there. Apparently, DauT says the game was way closer, and I had like 500 resources more in Feudal Age at some point. So I definitely probably could have done different things, right, with that in mind. Because I figured out that Hera didn't use the second shortfish, right? So considering I was on both sides, yeah, it makes sense that I got a lot more food. In hindsight, I could have probably just gone fast castle after the Men at Arms, like done spearman defense, one tower, and fast castle. But yeah, as the game went on and he didn't die, then cow archers scale very well, and yeah, it's just tough then.
And the chain of Cray posts reminded me of DauT in that one game in Red Bull. So DauT, what do you think Viper could have done differently there in that game?
I like micro first. That's so funny to say. Like
You say that.
that's so funny. Like I think the story of the whole set was like he's getting out micro. That's it. every game, Hera is making him work to kill every single unit, right? How does it feel, Viper? For me,
will
nothing
know.
changed. For me, nothing changed. I had the same issue against you, and now I against Hera. It's same for me. But for you, it's a new thing, right? Now we have to work to kill unit, and like I think Hera said once, he gives the name to every single unit. Like he cares about them. They're his kids. Like he will never let a unit die for no reason. It's crazy. It's actually annoying. Like in post imp, like you have 10 ranges, million skirms. He's like microing one skirm. Like I mean, it's 20 foot. Like cool, give it a rest. Like it's,
Wait, that's got to be a quote from DauT. He gives a name to every unit. That's so perfect.
it's really hard to beat Hera because of that, and Viper feels it as well. I like that.
What about you, TaToH? What do you think went wrong for Viper there? And was there ever a chance to win that game?
Well, he had chances, but I think it was something that he didn't practice before, and it was hard to know how the game was going. Like he probably felt like he was behind at some point, and then he overproduced Spearman as well. And yeah, like Hera, he just adapted perfect, and he said, okay, he has too many Spearmans. I will not commit too much to Infidel, and then in Castle Age, I will say that I will favor Magyars if they are both equal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So that was it for Viper and Hera's run. What about your run, TaToH? How do you
Oh.
feel about the whole thing? And I'm going to assume you were a little bit disappointed about today's result. You lost to Sebastian 3-0, but how do you feel about your whole run in general?
We can go to TaToH.
You thought it was you now, or what?
Yeah.
You were prepared
Yeah,
yourself?
no.
Okay, today, to be completely honest, I was not motivated to play because I had like high expectation on yesterday against semifinals. I had prepared something, and then I did so bad on the draft. I was so disappointed. So yeah, after the series against Hera, I felt like I was done with the tournament. That I didn't want to play like the third place match. I played obviously because I had to do it, but honestly, I had no motivation after my yesterday draft. Basically.
And I mean, just in general, I don't get I don't get the idea behind a third place. Okay, I do get the idea. It's because there's more money for the third place than there is for the fourth place. But in general, I'm pretty sure the feeling that you're expressing right now is what everybody or almost every player feels. They're just not motivated to play the games. So I personally don't get why we need a third place match. I'd much rather have, I don't know, like a panel of analysts or something like that.
I mean, there is a $1,000 difference, right? So there is a motivation there. TaToH, you
Yeah.
lost out on $1,000.
I
But
actually am for third place. I think it's
No.
a massive. It's important thing. It's
I hate
also
it.
like it's your way to redeem yourself, right? You lost the semifinal. If I was on the other side of the bracket, I would go to the finals. There is. You can look at it other way around as well.
You're facing the loser of the other side, so it's not like
Yeah, but the guy who beat him is in the finals. I would beat him as well. I would be in the finals. Like, and you get a second chance to prove yourself in the tournament. Last times, why not? And there's prize pool. There's small prestige as well. Third place.
I
It's
think the
not
best
that
part
bad.
about the third place, the best part about it is that on semifinals, you get a guarantee that you play the last day. So obviously,
That as
TaToH
well.
was probably like more like mental, like just didn't like the semifinals, so like it was a bit rough for him. But in general, like I feel good in the semifinals, knowing if I lost to TaToH, I'd play a third place match. I'd have some airtime in the finals, and I basically saw the tournament to the end. And I think that's nice.
I think it's fun to be in the third place match, ironically, but I hate being in the final after a third place match. Like, I would love that the final has a set time and we can prepare. Okay, we're playing at that time. Because today, TaToH, and imagine they played. Did you have Fortify clearing? No, you didn't, right?
Yes,
But
we
imagine
played
like
good.
a map that takes 2 hours. Suddenly, the final starts at 9 p.m. European time, for example. And I like to eat like 2-3 hours before I play. You cannot predict when the set is going to start, right? I really wish the third place match was not a thing, but I do obviously see the positives as well. You also get to build up some viewership, build up hype for the final. But I personally dislike at least being after the third place match, like playing the final.
Got it. Just one thing that it's important to mention: when there's a difference in prize, of course there needs to be a third place match. And I know for people who live in certain countries, a difference of $1,000 is massive. Of course, I totally get that. I would just much rather have like an even split between third and fourth. That would just be my point. All right, DauT, what about
Just to
your?
clarify.
Sorry.
One more thing, just to clarify. I don't mind third place match. It was more because what I did yesterday that I wasn't motivated today. Otherwise, I would probably even if I'm playing like my best on semifinals with a proper draft and such, I will probably be motivated to play third match as well. But it was just this case.
But doesn't
I wasn't happy with my draft performance yesterday, so I was kind of over with the tournament basically.
It makes sense.
But doesn't that motivate you even more? Like, I was disaster against Viper. I want one more chance now. Give me the third place. Give me the sixth place. I will play it. I will prove myself that I'm not losing to Viper 4-0. Like, give me one more chance. I will grab it. Okay, I played bad, but I guess it depends how you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I will
DauT,
be
you can
motivated
continue
if I
to.
play.
Sorry, go ahead, TaToH.
I will be more motivated if I'm playing good. Like if I play my best and I lose a set, I will be super happy anyways.
Yeah.
If I lose when I'm playing bad, I will be super mad. Not because of losing, more because I didn't play my best.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Fair
the
enough.
same for everyone. If you're playing bad, you kind of just want to get it over with. And if you feel good, you want to play again.
Absolutely. DauT, your tournament run. Now it's your time.
But what should I say? I lost to this guy. I mean, overall, I think Warlords are the setting that suits me very well. And against Viper, they was off. They was off.
What? I felt you played amazing.
Everything was off, and I think Viper read my moves really ahead of time, react to them good, and I was too stubborn with my moves. Like, I made a plan, and I'm going to that no matter what he's doing. Like, I open archers with Georgians, he's going scrums, I don't care, I'm going in. I'm going in, that's the plan. And yeah, it did not work out. Was not my day.
I predicted every map you drafted, the whole order. Felt good.
What does that make you feel?
Wow.
That was
Impressive.
It is actually, because usually you're very good at drafting, right? That's what I sometimes dislike playing you, because you have a good draft. But this time was the one time in a long time where I felt like, okay, I just had you from the start, from the draft, and it felt good.
Oh, felt good.
Felt good.
Well, I guess that means the day was off. And that's why I want to third play. I would play the sixth play match or whatever I deserve now. I want to have a good draft. I don't want it to end like this.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, guys, this has been a long night for all of you guys, and I really appreciate you taking the time to be here. One thing that needs to be mentioned is the unbelievable run that Sebastian has had in this tournament. Let's start with Hera, who's probably the one who knows him the best. Did you see this coming? Were you surprised by the performance? How was it?
I was surprised that he won versus Yo and like versus Winchester, and I was even surprised he took 2 from Viper. But I'm not surprised that he's a great player. Like, I wasn't surprised that he is great because I've been playing against him a lot, and he is really good. Like, for me, he is up there with like the guys here, and like throw in Leary, and I think you just throw in Sebastian. Honestly, like he's literally up there with like the top 4 right now. Like, gameplay wise. The problem is probably just like consistency might be an issue for him going forward, but gameplay wise, he is there. So I think what happened this tournament for him is that things clicked. He prepared, practiced a lot, and he delivered. And we're gonna expect big things from him going forward. He's like basically guaranteed to be top 3 as long as he continues on the trajectory.
Wow, amazing. TaToH, how you see him?
I agree with her. I think Sebastian is putting the hard work on the practice, and he paid off first on Thalassocracy Cup, where I didn't practice and he destroyed me there. And now he's up again on Warlords, and he has
destroyed you again.
He destroyed me again. So yeah, like I feel like he's also like copying a lot of things from Hera. Like it's like playing against mini Hera now. And I like laming on Pacific Island, laming on Kavas and on under the TC as
he
well.
Just called you lame Hera. I'm just like
he's laming
to the lines.
Yeah, you can read whatever you want. So yeah, basically, I feel like Sebastian has improved a lot, and then I think he has gotten a bit more like the consistency and strategy that he was lacking, and that's why now he's performing better. And as I said, I feel like he is a good contender to top 4 in the incoming S-tier tournaments.
Mm-hmm. DauT, you're someone who's seen a lot of new talents coming to the scene, and you sort of pride yourself on recognizing when a big talent has made its way to the scene. What do you make of Sebastian?
I didn't recognize him. Like, I played him a few years ago, and yeah, he was just like, I was like memeing around in him in tournaments, sorry to say. But I don't know what he took for the last few months. He improved heavily. He's like completely different player. He's insane, right? I did practice with him for this event. We were kind of trading games. And like most important thing is like I asked him, "Hey Sebastian, do you wanna play? What time?" That's it. He's there. He's motivated. So like I said, we will see a lot from him in the next several years.
Nice to know. Viper, you're the only one who actually beat him. Where do you see his weaknesses at the moment?
Probably some experience on certain map types, civ matchups. No, he's obviously playing very well. He's very good at just executing in general. So you can feel it when you play him. Like that's a good player in there. But yeah, he's gonna need to still gain some more experience on certain maps, like the way we played Northern Isles, for example, yesterday. I think what I did was somewhat predictable, and he just didn't react at all, right? So those are the things he needs to learn. But obviously, there's a really good player in there, and he has a good future ahead of him. And I think DauT will struggle to get top 16 soon.
Luckily, one player will be out soon.
Oh.
Very last question, I promise. DauT, are you going to go qualify to Red Bull through the ladder or through the last qualifier?
I will not qualify.
You're not qualified? Uh-oh.
I would say last chance is my realistic chance, and will give myself like 50-50 if I go through.
All right. Well, 50-50 is high enough, I'll say. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time. It's pretty late for a lot of us.
Hera didn't qualify as well, just saying. You can ask the same question.
I think Hera has pretty decent time. I mean, yeah, I just saw he was streaming after Warlords, and the last thing he says, "I'm going to be grinding like crazy." Those are some fighting words, I want to say. Guys, I really appreciate you guys taking the time. It was awesome as always. And if you guys enjoyed watching the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and all those things. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.